What's going on, everybody? Welcome on back to the channel. A decent amount of you have been asking me to make a settings video, so here it is. I will be going over the most important settings that I feel as though you should be adjusting in order to enhance your play in Tower of Fantasy. Alright, the first setting is going to be within your basic category. You're going to want to scroll all the way down, and under control preferences you want to turn off manual sprint dodge, or make sure that it's already off. The difference between manual sprint dodge on and off is that when you have it on, you're always going to be stuck jogging like this, right? Very similar to Genshin for everybody that has played Genshin before. Now, anytime you dodge, then you'll go into a sprint. The bad thing about this is that you actually have to use a dodge in order to get into a sprint. The moment you stop, you go back into a jog. Now, if we go to turn it off, now we're able to jog, and then we go into our sprint. This will help you out tenfold because you're able to save your dodges, in which case they are very, very important for both PvE and PvP alike. So definitely make sure that you turn that off and make sure that setting is off. That way you're getting your sprint without having to dodge. Next up, we're going to go over to our camera. You want to turn up your camera distance in combat to 1.5 if you want the camera to zoom all the way out. But in order for the camera to actually zoom all the way out, you want to make sure that autocorrect camera distance is on. If we turn it off and we come over to these enemies over here, when we start fighting, our camera will stay close up, right? So this is sort of like the action camera if you guys want to, be up close and engaged in the combat. But if you want to see more of your surroundings, especially in PvP, then what you want to do, you want to go to settings, camera, scroll all the way down, and make sure that your autocorrect camera distance is on. So now, once we go back over to these enemies, our camera will stay out here the entire fight so that we can see our ranges a whole lot more. We can see the AoE of things, and it's just a whole lot better if you are looking to pretty much see everything on the battlefield while you are fighting. Something I almost left out, in which case is also a very important setting, is going to your settings, going into camera, and making sure that you are on manual. We don't know what this last box is, so even if you are confused with, is this locking method, is this box smart, is this box manual, is this box, distance first, then what you need to do is make sure that your second box is checked off. What this does is that it allows you to lock onto enemies, and you can continue running away and it will stay locked on. What this allows you to do as well is that, in similar to PvP, as to why a lot of people wonder how am I getting hit from so far away, is that people are locking onto you, they're able to switch to Nemesis, and they're able to do things like this. And the missiles ends up targeting you. Or you can switch to a bow and do things like this, and the raining arrows will end up spawning on the enemies. If you have manual targeting on, you are able to lock onto enemies from so far away and stay locked onto them. Another important thing is that when enemies are in the air and you do have manual targeting on, you are able to lock onto them, and you'll have a much easier time grappling onto them with the automatic grapple, not the relic grapple, that being this grapple right here. So we can come over here, lock onto someone, and then when we click, whoops, that was a double jump. When we click, it's that pink rope that you see. So that pink rope right there will come out a whole lot more consistently when enemies are in the air. So make sure that you go into settings again and make sure that your second box is checked off. Alright, so the last thing that you want to make sure that you have, you're going to go back into settings, you're going to go to others, and you're going to go down to special effects setting. Here, this is the first game that I've ever seen do this, to where you can actually change the opacity of your visual effects, your allies' visual effects, and also the enemy's visual effects. The default visual effect, the opacity for enemy wanderers and I believe friendly, is around 40%. That's why things look invisible. When I first started playing, I thought that Meryl or Rosy Edge was completely broken because I'm getting hit by invisible slashes. If you want to see everything that enemies do and it looked like your attacks, make sure you turn this up to at least 85%, or I'd say at least 70%. That way you can actually see what you're getting hit by and what is being thrown at you. If you keep it down, then you're not going to be able to see anything. And yeah, I play on 85%. That way I can clearly see what's being thrown at me and I'm able to, work around it accordingly. So that's going to wrap it up for the most important settings that you want to make sure that you adjust to your playstyle and to your comfortability. This is Metsu. I will catch you guys in the next video. I appreciate all the love and support. Take it easy, everybody.